Hello, in this video we'll learn about Form W-2 and Form W-3 and what payroll accountants must do at year end to complete these forms. Critical payroll form is Form W-2, which the employer must deliver to all employees who were employed during the prior year by January 31st. The Form W-2 reports all the employees' pay, and understanding the correlation between the W-2 and the employee's final payroll for the year is very important. The year-to-date pay as reflected on the pay advice may differ from the Form W-2 because of the timing of the final pay for the year. It's also important to note that taxable income and the Social Security wages on the Form W-2 will not be the same number when the employee has pre-tax deductions. All tips reported to the employer will be reflected on the Form W-2, as will any retirement plan contributions, union dues, and tuition benefits. Part of the Affordable Care Act of 2010 required employers to list healthcare benefits on the Form W-2 in Box 12. There are several copies of the Form W-2, and each copy goes to a different recipient. Copy A is for the Social Security Administration. Copy 1 and 2 are for the state, city, or local tax department. Copy B is for the employee's federal tax return, and copy C is for the employee's records. Copy D is for the employer. Here's an example of a completed Form W-2. This W-2 is for Vesper Christofferson, who worked for Sunny Styles Senior Community Center in 2022. Let's go through the information together. Box A contains the employee Social Security number, and Box B, the employer's identification number. The employer's name and address is shown in Box C, and the employee's name and address is shown in Box E. Box 1 contains the wages, tips, and other compensation. Vesper earned $38,523.34 during 2022, but contributed $2,000 to his retirement plan. That is why this box shows $36,523.34 as the taxable wages. Box 2 contains the federal income tax withheld. Vesper had $3,671.04 withheld based on his W-4 information. And then boxes 3 and 5 contain the Social Security and Medicare wages. Note that these two boxes contain a higher amount than box 1. Vesper had a retirement plan into which he contributed $2,000. See that right here. During 2022, which were not deductible in calculating the FICA wages. Boxes 4 and 6 contain the Social Security tax withheld of $2,388.45 and the Medicare tax withheld of $588.89. Boxes 16 and 17 contain the state tax information. Vesper had $1,369.63 withheld for state taxes based on the state withholding certificate that he filed in January 2022. This is Form W-3. Form W-3 is the transmittal form that accompanies the submission of Copy A to the Social Security Administration. It contains the aggregate data of all W-2s issued by the employer. The Form W-3 and all accompanying W-2s must be mailed or electronically submitted by January 31st of the following year. The total annual wages reported on Form W-3 must match the annual wages reported on Form 941 and Form 940. So here's an example. In box B, the company checks what kind of payer it is. Right here. In this case, the company files a Form 941. Companies also check a box for type of employer or none apply. Right here. In box C, we enter the number of Form W-2s that are attached and fill in the employer ID number in box E, and the employer's name and address in boxes F and G. We need to add up all of the wages, taxes, and deferred compensation and fill them in boxes 1 through 19. So all of this. In the last two rows of the form, the company fills in the employer's contact person here, as well as the phone number, fax number, and email address. The form must be signed and dated by an authorized individual and then submitted to the Social Security Administration.